The rest of the story, of course, is ours.
Resurrection means the story that began with a life lived for others, a passion for a God of love and justice, and a death on a cross isn't over, but lives on.
Resurrection means the story was carried on in lives that made sacrifices for faith, in people who endured suffering and conflict for love, in visionaries who sought to change the world and make justice real.
Resurrection means that even generations of defeat haven't ended the tale.
All the forces of greed and ambition and lust for power haven't stopped the flow of this story of love.
The story of love has survived even the narrowness and divisions and incompetence of the church.
All the power and death and prejudice of this world have never blocked its path.
And so it goes on.
Down through all the years, that resurrected Spirit of Christ comes.
And it comes here, now, to us.
The rest of the story is ours. It will be the story of our response, our courage, our faith, the bearing of our crosses.
The resurrected Spirit of Christ comes here, now, to us. Resurrection means that the faith that challenged the status quo and cried out for justice is not dead, but can live on in us.
Resurrection means that the love that reached out to those who were oppressed and excluded and downtrodden is not dead, but can live and work in us.
Resurrection means that the voice that lifted up a cry for those whose voices had never been heard is not silenced, but the cry can go out again in us.
Resurrection means that the dream that embraced all peoples in the human family and dared to see them as one is not dead, but can still grab hold of our lives and live on in us.
Resurrection means that the courage to bear crosses and even risk all that we have to risk is not dead or defeated, but can rise again in us.
To say that we believe in resurrection means that our Christ is not a dead and buried memory in the past, but a living presence that can move our lives even now.
Our Christ is not a law set in concrete, passed down to us from another age, but a living leader who is still on the cutting edge of our lives.
Resurrection means that Christ is still showing us a path and calling us to follow.
The rest of the story is being lived out in us, right here and right now.
Our leader is going before us.
Our Christ is still bearing a cross.
And we are still being called.
How do we respond?
How do we follow?
Is this resurrection ours as well?
Let us be together.
Let us be together.
For the rest of the story is ours.